Hello, how are you? I want to talk about belief, self-belief. What are your beliefs? Who do you believe in? Because I've come to realize the amount of belief you have in yourself or in your ability or in God, it's going to make a difference in your life, in your results. So, who do you believe in? What do you believe in? Do you believe that you are a worthwhile person? Because if you don't believe this, you're going to fall and you're going to start something and start doubting yourself. And for me, it has been a battle from the beginning because even before I started speaking, I didn't believe that I could do this. I didn't believe that I could make a change. But I have to build my belief through persistence. I have to build this belief through conquering my fears and my doubts, because doubts come. It doesn't matter if you are the strongest person, because a lot of us, we have doubts, and sometimes things we expect to go our way don't go, and we start doubting ourselves. But you have to have faith, you have to have belief, self-belief, belief in God, belief in yourself, because if you don't believe in your ability, you're going to fall very early on. If you believe in something, you're going to persevere to the end, and perseverance makes you become a person who's worthwhile. Perseverance builds your character. And this is the purpose of this life, to do something that you believe in, to become a person who you believe in. If you're selling gold and you're not wearing gold, you're just lying to the people around you. If you sell gold, you have to be wearing gold. So you have to sell what you are consuming. And sometimes we listen to some people who don't add value to our life, who talk ourselves out of the dream we want to do, and we end up failing because we listen to that person. Nobody should dictate who you are and who you should become, who you should be. Nobody should dictate that. Nobody should say you are supposed to be this. You can't do this because you failed your exam. You can't do this because you don't have money. You can't do this because you have a disability. You can't do this because we have a lot of becauses, but we have to fight on. We have to believe that we can do it. Jesus said, all things are possible to those who believe. All things are possible to those who believe. All things are possible to those who believe. And with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Why is everything possible with God? Because God is great, and we believe this, and God knows who he is. We have to know who we are, who we belong to, who we are and who we belong to. We belong to God, and we are we are the offspring of God, and we have to know this. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and self-control. God says, I alone am God. There's no one beside me. God knows He is great. God knows that He is all powerful. That David said, God has spoken once, but twice I've heard this. Power belongs to God. When God says power belongs to me, it goes, power belongs to God, power belongs to God, power belongs to God. So God believes in His ability. He knows what He can do. Also, you have to know what you can do with the resources you have. If you don't have resources, try to look for other people who can help you with that resource. But do not count your dream out of your life. Do not doubt yourself. Do not count some dreams as impossible. Everything is possible to those who believe, and you have to believe. You have to believe. Believe that you are a worthwhile person, because you were created in the image and likeness of God. So you have wonder working power within you. You can do a lot with what you have. It doesn't matter what other people talk about. It doesn't matter if you're going through turmoil. If it doesn't matter if the situation you're in right now is challenging. It doesn't matter if you're poor. It doesn't matter if you're sick. Um, we have to have faith, especially in a time that people are talking us out of our dreams with fear, with doubt. You have to say, I can do this because I can is more powerful than IQ. I can is much more powerful than IQ. And you have to know this, that you can do it. You can do it. Whatever you have in your mind, Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So if you can conceive something and believe it, you can achieve that. That's what Jesus said. All things are possible to those who believe. So sit down and write down your goals and say, I can do this. Les Brown said, shoot for the moon. Even though you'll miss, you land among the stars. Shoot for the moon. Even though you'll miss, you land among the stars. I know you're going to do great things. I know I'm going to do great things, even though I've doubted myself and other people have talked negative towards me. But I know I can do this. I know I will do this. I will be persistent. I will persist until I win. I will persist until I win. You have to tell yourself that you will persist until you win, because you're going to have tribulation coming against you. And somebody said that when you make a decision, expect to be tested. When you make a decision, expect to be tested. And I know some things have failed, but I know I'm going to fight on. I will not stop.